You're watching Oilers Nation Everyday with Tyler Yaremchuk. Your one-stop shop for all things Oilers.
For the first and only time in the month of July, Liam and I are in studio together.
Yes, we are.
Let's get into it with the lead. Welcome into Oilers Nation Everyday, live from the Sports Closet studio. It is a Monday, July 15th edition of the show. And Jeff Jackson, he sat back. He said, damn, this is the only day Tyler and Liam are going to be in studio together all month. I better give them some news.
Yeah, get the content rolling. And it's not even like a huge trade.
No, but we'll take it.
But anything's good right now.
Beggars can't be choosers. Beggars can't be choosers. The Oilers making a trade earlier on today. It is our lead for today, and it is the end of Xavier Bourgault's time in the Oilers organization. The Oilers have traded him and Jake Chiasson, who I believe was a 6th or 7th round pick.
Fourth
round pick. Okay. Him and Jake Chiasson to the Ottawa Senators in exchange for former 2nd round pick Roby Jarventie. That is how the Ottawa Senators said it the day they drafted him. That is how I am going to say it. It is Roby Jarventie and also a 4th round pick in the 2025 draft. So, couple assets for a couple of assets here. The Oilers end up bailing on the Xavier Bourgault project. And honestly, Liam, I am not terribly upset about it. This is a guy who failed to gain any sort of traction with the Bakersfield Condors in his time there. I don't think he was going to hit. I don't think he's going to be a late bloomer. I think he's going to be what you'd call, if I'm being blunt, a 1st round bust. And I have no problem moving on for him and bringing in a guy in Järventie who ends up coming in and being a bit closer to ready to contribute at the NHL level.
Well, yeah, he played 7 games in the NHL last season. I think he only played 22 in the American League.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming injuries played a role.
Almost a point a game, though.
Yep. Injuries played a role in what he was. He played at the World Juniors. Like, I don't mind this trade. I think for me, what is a few things it's saying. One, Jeff Jackson wants players in the American League that can come up and contribute to the NHL. And evidently, he did not feel like Bourgault was going to be able to do that next season. And 2, he clearly hates this prospect pool because he's just blowing it up. Everyone's going. Savoy, Chiasson, Bourgault, Ryan Fanti gone now.
Savoy
too.
apparently might be coming back on an AHL deal.
Oh, okay, well that's good.
There was some chatter amongst the Bakersfield peeps on our timeline that getting rid of Chiasson, the flip side of that is you may have opened up a roster spot, and Bob was hinting the other day they may have offered Savoy an AHL deal. He's waiting to see if he gets an NHL deal. That's Carter, not Matt.
Yes.
Waiting to see if he can maybe find an NHL deal somewhere. But if not, he'll just circle back and take the AHL deal.
Another part of, what's his name again? Roby Jarventie?
Roby Jarventie.
I knew it was Roby. I got the second part I was more worried about. Roby Jarventie, extra year of waiver eligibility as well.
Oh, that is actually somewhat interesting.
Beneficial. But yeah.
Almost a point a game in the American League last year. Again, 6'2", plays with size. Actually, our boy Steven Ellis, he'll have a piece up at OilersNation.com in a bit. He said if there's one thing Roby Jarventie is good at, it's bringing energy. Big dude. Don't think he's more than a 4th liner, and staying healthy has been an issue, but he was outstanding at the World Juniors a few years ago and thought he was good when I watched him last year. He added it to this, and I'm just reading my text messages with Steven Ellis. I hope he's okay with it. Also, your lip is bleeding. It's a big sure, why not for both teams.
Look at that.
I feel like this happened before, too.
Yeah, it has. That was at home.
Anyways, it's a big why not. And honestly, that's what it is. Everyone in the chat, I'm not calling this a Jeff Jackson fleecing. I'm not calling this a Jeff masterclass. I'm honestly not. Roby Jarventie is at best a 4th line winger for this team. And it's basically sitting there going, we don't believe Xavier Bourgault is good enough to play games in the NHL for us. Let's try to get a useful piece for him. I don't think this is a great win, slam dunk, home run kind of deal here for the Oilers. I look at this, I go, sucks that a guy you picked 1st overall 2 years ago is already out of the organization, but also don't double down on bad decisions. Don't just keep him around because of where you drafted him.
Yeah, there's no ties there, is there, to wanting him to work out now.
Yeah.
Jackson wasn't here when he was drafted. Nobody was around. Shout out Tyler Wright. Just getting his 2 first-round picks traded away. But
because he was shitty at his job.
Bad at his job. And Also, it shows what they think of a guy like Sam O'Reilly too, right? I know they obviously feel highly of him trading into the first round, but like,
Yeah.
to then move on from Bourgault from it as well and saying like, hey, like O'Reilly's gonna be way better than him. So it's another part of it. Again, it probably is just an American League deal for now, but Järventie, NHL potential. Bourgault didn't seem to have that.
Yeah. Smurfy's in it. Is it me or do the Oilers not draft good QMJHL players? Put some respect on Marc-Antoine Pouliot's name, first and foremost.
Lavoie seems decent. I know he hasn't played yet, but in the American League, he's done a good job. So that would indicate that he has the potential to play in the NHL.
If you don't include 2024 in the last 5 NHL drafts, the Oilers have not had a player picked later than the first round appear in more than 10 NHL games. How do you think that compares to other teams around the league? Like, give me a team, just rattle one off, or have you done some research?
I looked.
Okay.
Colorado didn't have any.
Okay.
Vegas said 2. Pavel
Dorofeev. Good pick. Good player.
And, defenseman.
Nick Hague?
No. Other one. Began with a K. Caden something.
Keegan Kolesar?
Yeah.
Caden
Korzak? No, Korzak.
Caden Korzak.
He played 37 games. Dorofeev played 67. Besides that, like, that's kind of it.
Okay, but still, that's
there's
two
a couple
quality
guys, for
NHL
sure.
players versus 0. Just looking at a team like Dallas, they obviously had Stankoven from 2021.
Maverick Bork played in the playoffs for him. Was he a first-round pick, though?
Yeah, Maverick Bork was a first-round pick.
Either way.
Yeah, okay, so I guess Dallas has only had one, and it's Logan Stankoven. So is it a product of not knowing how to draft or a product of not having a lot of bullets in the chamber to fire?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with a third one. A product of just wanting NHL ready players in your lineup. Guys you not have to wait around for.
Yeah, I think that's somewhat fair.
I bet if you looked at Buffalo. Yeah, there you go. Buffalo. Let's look at Buffalo.
Oh, I'm gonna race you. Who can Google faster? I'm already there.
Damn it. I typed in Ottawa.
So Buffalo, oh boy, Buffalo stinks. They had JJ Peterka in 2020. And
who went before JJ Peterka in the draft?
Roby Jarventie.
He did. Yeah.
Bang. And so in the last 5 years, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Buffalo's had 1. So yeah,
drafting takes a long time.
Yeah, and that's fair. Maybe we are being a bit too harsh on the Oilers. The other part of this deal that I actually do like, just because it's small, but it's a nerdy thing, getting a 4th-round pick. Yeah. You know you're going to be buyers at the deadline. You know you're going to want to do a 4th-round pick for whoever. Jake Chiasson was never going to bring you value to this organization. Throw him into the deal, get a 4th back, and either you can now trade one, and then you can still sit there and go, hey, we got a pick. But getting some solid draft capital, the Senators pick as well. I'm not super high on them, so maybe it's better than you think. So heading into next year's deadline, in terms of picks the Oilers have that they can move on from, they could trade either their 2025 first or their 2026 first. They can't trade them both because one of them's got to go to Philly. They have their 2nd in 2026. They have their 3rd rounder in both 25 and 26. They now have 2 2nd-rounders in 25, no 5th in 25, but they do have a 5th in 2026. And then they have their 6th and 7th each of the next 2 years. So if you wanted to go make some moves, yeah, you can trade your 1st in one of the next 2 drafts. You could trade one of your 2nd-round picks, or you have 2/3, or you have 2/4 in the next 2 drafts to deal with. So getting back draft capital is a nice I would say underappreciated. It's a win. Yeah, an underappreciated win in this deal. That's a good way to put it.
A 4th-round pick would get you a guy like Derek Brassard.
And look what he did. Troy Stetcher. I know he's back, but
yeah. But yeah, I mean, all jokes aside, it is good to have that. And I mean, hey, if you don't trade, at least you just have another pick to play with and another chance to try and draft someone who could get into your lineup one day.
Yeah.
Another guy you can throw into a deal to get Roby Jarventie. Roby.
Yep. His 2020 draft guide quote from Elite Prospects was, Järventie anticipates play well in the offensive zone. He scores a lot by having a feel for where the puck is going to be next. He can pull off some pretty impressive moves while playing at a full speed, consistently displays good habits by keeping the puck close to his frame. As long as he's smart, doesn't make mistakes, and comes and plays like a decent physical brand, like Ellis says, brings energy to their bottom 6 one day, then he has a spot on the team.
What if he brings energy to their bottom 6 this year? What if they're like, we need more speed?
Does he have speed?
I think Betty has more speed than Corey Perry.
Yep. I just think he's a little bit too far the depth chart. I think, first top 9 injury you end up getting is a Ralph Lavoie call up or a Matt Savoy call up. This one from Bruce. This is a fascinating trade. Bourgault, who's been incredibly frustrating as a pro, being traded for Roby Jarventie, who was very frustrating in his draft year. I like Jarventie's skills. His skating is odd but effective. He's an excellent shooter, nice offensive instinct. So, yeah, I mean, maybe. I do think he's in terms of the wing side, he's definitely behind Lavoie. And depending on how they end up viewing Savoy, he's behind Savoy, but maybe not on the wing side of things.
But it's beneficial that he's a left winger.
That is fair because Lavoie would be on the right side. And the left side of the Oilers depth chart right now is
bland.
Well,
in Bakersfield.
Oh, in Baco. Who's down there?
So this is what Elite Prospects has. So obviously you have your NHL players. Then it starts at Drake Kajula. They have James Hamlin as a left winger, but he's obviously more of a center. Then it's him, Roby Jarventie. And then they have Shane LaChance, Connor Clattenburg, and Maxime
Bergazian or whatever.
Yep.
But people are high on him.
Yeah, he's just got to get over here.
Yeah.
But none of those 3 guys, the last 3 guys I said aren't signed. So
when you saw trade alert on your phone, was there a party that was like CC?
Well, when I saw Bourgault, I actually thought, I wonder what he's cooking. Like, because that's what came up. It was Frank, and then said, yeah, the trade. And I was like, I wonder what it's going to be. And then I opened it up, and it was just.
Yeah, I saw Bourgault first as well, and I was like, is this Bourgault and CC for future considerations?
I feel like that's too much.
I think it is too, but that was my first thought.
I just think that now we're not in that realm, and I hope I'm not proven wrong, but I just think Jeff Jackson realizes that like players actually do have some value, and it just does. I don't get that. I don't get how players are just can become so irrelevant. Like Cody Ceci last season, whatever he is to all of us right now, playing on a team that went to Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Final and got an assist in that game and played relatively well the majority of the playoffs when he was put into the right position.
Needs to be your 3RD though to have any sort of
for sure
to not be a massive crater.
But if you're like, I don't even think a complete bottom feeder needs a guy like CC, like who's a middling team. I don't know. Let's just say
Utah, if they run into injuries.
Utah or something like that. Yeah, it's like, is that guy not going to help you? Like, I actually think he would.
Yeah, maybe. And again, you're taking it whenever they trade him away, which I think is more likely at the deadline than now. It's going to be as a throw into a deal, right? Or as like okay, we're making this deal with Team A for their right shot defenseman. They're going to throw in or lessen what we have to give up because they know we have to pay someone to take the last half of CC season or something.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like they throw in a 5th, you take a 5th, you go to another team with CC, say here's a 5th and CC, and the 3-way deal kind of makes itself work out.
Like I don't think they're going to get anything great for him. I just think they can get something for him. And someone put in there, Mac put Jake Wallman was apparently a captain. Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me either.
And I think
especially to the team he went to, they could have put him on waivers.
Yeah, and they probably would have claimed him.
Yeah.
I think even Steve Eisenman would probably sit there and tell you right now, like, whoops, that one's on me, guys. That was dumb because he didn't spend the money, or he hasn't spent it yet. So, someone in the chat was like, I like Damon Severson. I think his contract stinks. Yeah, his contract sucks. He's got 4 more years at 6.25. He is only 29.
I like Damon Severson.
Yeah, that's manageable. Maybe he would want out of Columbus.
1 year after. Do they have a coach yet? They just got someone, right?
No.
Boy, oh boy.
It's apparently down to Woodcroft and Everson.
That's what I saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the third one?
McClellan, I think, was sniffing around, but there was a report that McClellan and the organization maybe aren't super aligned on how far away they are from competing. So McClellan would maybe, and this is now me connecting the dots, McClellan might be saying, whoa, we ain't making the playoffs for 2 years, guys. You got to give me a 4-year deal and let me properly do this. And they might be saying, no, you're making the playoffs. You're getting a 3-year deal. And if you're not in there by the end of year 2, you're done, kind of thing, you know?
Didn't we look just the other week at the Metro?
Does it stink?
No, how good it could be.
Well, I mean, New Jersey got so much better, right?
The Rangers and the Carolina got worse, but they're still going to be good.
Yeah, Rangers stayed the same.
Good. Yeah, they'll be good.
The Islanders, I think, are ass. I'm just waiting for the year they put up 70 points.
But Pittsburgh, Washington, and the Islanders were in the playoff race. I know the race was minuscule, but they were in it, so they're relevant teams.
It's a tough division.
And then what is it? Philly were third in the division the entire year.
Yeah, for most of the season. But
Yeah.
again, they had some stuff go wrong, I guess, last year.
Yeah, which prevented it
yeah.
for sure.
Maybe they're better.
Yeah.
It'll be a tight division. I think every division has like some really interesting races. Like you look in the Atlantic, Florida, Boston, Toronto, Tampa, all going to be in the playoff mix next season.
I hope Tampa miss. They
Yeah,
won't.
yeah, it'd be good karma, I think.
Yeah.
But and then, you know, you obviously have Ottawa, Buffalo, and Detroit all thinking they can get up and into a spot as well. The West is actually probably less competitive than the East, if we're being totally honest.
Totally. The West kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But it's weird because it's basically what the East was for the last 3 years. The top 8 teams are all really good, but the bottom 8 teams all stink.
Like
There's
I don't
a bit
see
of a middle group, of course, but like
I don't see how St. Louis puts up more than 92 points next year. Like they
did
did.
they get anyone?
No.
Yeah, no, I don't see that then either.
I don't see how Minnesota gets more than 87. I just don't view them as being better, if I'm being totally honest. Like St. Louis, just pulling up their Puckpedia right now. They signed Ryan Suter. He sucks. They acquired Radek Faxa. He's not good. They got Tessier, who we like, but what is he? Their blue line is going to end up being the same. Add in Suter, Binnington, and Hofer, unless Hofer becomes something we're not expecting. And then same thing when you go look at Mini. Like, who did they add? They added Yakov Trenin.
Oh,
look out! Their blue line. This actually, Brock Faber is legit, and I like Brock Faber. 34-year-old Jared Spurgeon, 31-year-old Jonas Brodin, then Jacob Middleton, Zach Bogosian, and John Merrill.
Well, the thing with Sturgeon too, didn't he miss a ton of time last year?
Time.
Yeah, that's not good. Do you remember? Forget his name, but the Minnesota Wild guest that we've had on a few times.
Seth Topol.
Yes, that's it. He said, didn't he? He's like, Bill Guerin isn't as good as you all think he is.
Yeah.
And now it's like looking clear as day.
I
like
agree.
that top 6 is they got good players like Kaprizov, Boldy are both good. Eriksson Ek is good.
Yeah.
Zuccarello's a bit overrated. And then you have Marcus Johansson there. It's just like, yikes, that team is gonna
They might stink next year.
the only team lower than them in that division will be Chicago.
That's a bold take.
Do you think so? Arizona.
Oh, well, actually, yeah, Utah could jump them. I think.
Sorry,
I think Mini can still be a bit better than St. Louis. It's close.
Yeah,
though.
it's close, isn't it? I mean,
I think Utah jumps them both. I don't know if Utah's a playoff team, but
they'll sniff it.
They'll be
Nashville, better.
Nashville should be better. I kind of
at
did
that.
this last week on Friday's edition of the show when we kind of went through everything. But yeah, that Minnesota team does not really look that good in the Pacific. Like Seattle, Stevenson, and Montour don't get you the playoff cut line was higher last year than it has been in the past, just because the bottom was out on the conference. Like 47 points for San Jose, 52 for Chicago, 59 for Anaheim. Like there was some bad hockey teams, and all 3 of them should be ready to take a mild step forward. Like San Jose, I could see them being 4 wins better. I could see Anaheim being 4 to 5 wins better. I could see Chicago being 4 to 5 wins better. So I think the playoff cut line probably wouldn't be 98. It'll be down in like the 93, 94 range would be my guess.
Yeah, because they probably get closer to 60.
Yeah. But is Seattle 13 points better than they were last year? No.
No, they're probably like 5 points better.
Calgary's worse, so there's some points on the board. Is Utah, again, better? Is Utah 18 points better than they were last year? No.
Let me look.
They're not.
Not 18, but I bet they're like 10.
I think we get the same 8 playoff teams in the West again next year. The team in the most danger of falling out is LA. Because it's not Nashville. Nashville will make it. Oh.
Ooh, that is interesting. Yeah, you're probably right. I could see the thing Seattle need for everything to go right is to have like 8, 20, 15 goal guys.
Yeah.
They need everyone just to contribute consistently for them. And that's how they're going to sneak in. If they can get that, then I think they're better than LA, who I don't know. I can't believe they're just going. They're pretty much not running it back. Obviously, they made a few trades. It's like Warren Fogle coming in, Tanner Jeannot. I don't hate those additions, but like Joel Edmondson is still a decent defenseman.
No, he's not.
But he's like a good bully defenseman. You know what I mean? Like he makes life difficult, and I respect that in his game. But he's a 6'7" guy.
Yeah,
he's not someone you paid $3.5 million like they did. And then goaltending, if Darcy Kemper can find his game, then yeah, he's good. But I honestly could see them. They're lucky that the conference isn't great.
Yeah,
Really.
I think so. I think that's fair. Seasonal allergies, I feel like have been way worse this year than the years past. I can't stop
don't have
sniffling.
them.
Oh, you live free and clear.
I'm a free
You've
boy.
never taken a reactant
Healthy
in your
boy.
life.
Just for cheese and dairy.
Oh, you
Dairy is cheese, but
yeah, I know. I get what you're saying. All right. So I think that's kind of a wrap on our Bourgault for Roby discussion. Jarventie.
Yeah, I don't have
depending
much
on
to
how you
add.
say it.
I think we'll see him in the NHL next season for a handful of games.
I want to get to this comment, actually. Let's go over to the Greta YouTube chat, brought to you by our friends at Greta Bar YEG, arcade, bar, street food, a fantastic, can't stress this enough, fantastic patio in downtown Edmonton as well. The vibes are always immaculate on Greta. Bonvi in. Actually, I'll go to Wise Kyle. I'll grade the trade. I'll give him a B-.
A. I think you've got rid of a prospect that wasn't going to sniff the NHL for at least 3 years for a guy that is going to come in and could potentially play some games at push.
Uh-huh. And you go to fourth. Okay, sure. Bonvi, Broberg is a top 4D. There should absolutely not be a top 4D out of this team. That's insane. That is an insane way to look at this. Broberg, yes, I think he can be a top 4D next year. But if you're playing him on the right side, you are, and then you look at your left side as well, and who's lower on your depth chart, you are one injury away from the right side of your blue line being Bouchard, CC, Stetcher.
Yes.
Concerning. Very concerning. They absolutely, like, the only thing, barring injury, knock on wood, the only thing this team will have to add at next year's deadline is a top 4 right shot defenseman. And you're going to run Kulak Broberg as pairing 3. You're going to have a fresh, new, effective partner to put with Darnell Nurse. And you're going to have Bouchard and Ekholm as your top pair. And people have DM'd me and been like, Tyler, don't say it. But, like, again, this regular season, it will be very exciting. But this Oilers team is too good to have drama. Like, the forward group, do we have the DFO lines for the Oilers? Can we grab them quickly? Like, look at this group, and this is with Evander Kane in the mix, and with Matt Savoy not in the top 9, or Ralph Lavoie in the mix as well. Like, they have a decent little buffer of depth now, and I think if you want to include Järventie in that, like, you could give him a cup of coffee at some point. But an injury to the top 6 doesn't feel that devastating.
No, it doesn't. Not from years past.
Not from years past at all. An injury down the middle does not feel devastating. Not from years past. Because, again, if someone gets hurt, you have Derek Ryan waiting in the wings. You have Lane Peterson, who I think is ready to potentially take a step into the NHL next year. So, also, people are putting the pronunciation for Roby Jarventie. I was going off what the Ottawa Senators said the day they drafted him. So, I don't know. I guess I'll go with that one. But anyways. Yarventie, sure. We'll do Yarventie as a group. Yep. Thanks, Greg. Anyways, this Oilers forward group, like, even if a guy or two goes down, I don't think they're going to be sitting there at the deadline being like, gotta add scoring. I think you'll be okay. Because, again, you can run Savoy, you can run Lavoie, whatever you need to do there. The blue line is just very clearly going to be where that spot is. So, yeah.
Somebody else put in the chat, it was Naeem, said I could see our goaltending struggling next season.
No.
League average in goaltending last season was .898. Stuart Skinner finished with a, let me double check that. I got the wrong one. .905. And Calvin Pickard was, I believe, in .910.
So both
above average goaltending. .915, .909.
.909. So both pretty comfortably above league average. So I'm not worried about that at all. Not at all. Luke, are we worried about a Broberg offer sheet? I'm not, Luke, because it doesn't happen. Like, I'm worried because it would make a lot of sense for a team to do it. It would make a lot of sense for a team to dual offer sheet the Oilers. If you're San Jose, go to the Oilers and say 4x4 for Broberg, 4x4 for Holloway. San Jose did that to Chicago back in the day. They double whammied Niemi and Hjalmarsson because they knew they couldn't match them both.
Oh.
Go 4x4 Holloway, 4x4 Broberg, and say, which one do you want?
How'd that work out for them?
Well, Hjalmarsson was okay.
Chicago kept Hjalmarsson.
Oh, yeah, Chicago kept Hjalmarsson. San Jose kept Niemi.
And that's buy him out.
And
Chicago won 2 more cups.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I see what you mean. No.
Yeah, but like, if a team, like, that would be smart business. But the other side of it is, and part of it would be that we have orange and blue colored glasses on these two players, right? Broberg's shown he can be a top 4D man for 8 games now.
Yeah.
Is a team going to sit there and commit $16 million guaranteed or whatever it would actually take to get Broberg to sign it and to get the Oilers to pass on it? Is some team going to commit that based on 8 games? No.
No.
Is someone going to do that for Dylan Holloway, who, again, I loved what he did in the playoffs, loved what he did down the stretch, but
they're not Jalmerson and Niemi,
no, right?
at
Like,
that
it's not
time.
guys who just want a cup and whatever. So
Yeah, I don't see that happening. And also, too, like, I'll just say it. Are you that bothered? Like, if either of those guys, like Broberg, let's just talk about Broberg. If San Jose offers him, I don't know, 4 by 8 years or whatever, do you care that much? It was only like in March, April, we were all saying, this guy might never play for the Oilers.
no, but okay, why?
You want to keep him, of course.
Yeah, no, but why I'm bothered is because the Oilers cap picture next year is tight, to say the least.
Yep.
And we've now penciled in Broberg and Holloway at a combined $2.3 million as a top 9 winger who's going to score 15 goals and a top 4 right side left shot defenseman. So we've penciled those two things in as massive discounts in the cap picture, and to lose one, then you are running Troy Stetcher as an everyday defenseman next year, or you are running Matthias Janmark and Connor Brown as top 9 wingers every game next year. Like, I think it would be a massive loss.
I just wonder if you could go out and find, like you did that bargain thing the other day, right?
Yeah.
Is there any forwards on there that you think could chip into a bottom 9 role at like $1 million?
If you wanted to roll the dice on a Verana reclamation project, but even that, he's kind of had his shots. Now I don't know. Philip Zadina, I'm intrigued by just because of the top 10 potential, but I don't think he's a guy.
But there's options there that can give you the ceiling of a Holloway of a 15-goal season, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but not the long-term upside of it.
No, and then the year after, you would have to worry about that too.
Again. So it would bother me to lose him. I'd be pretty upset.
Someone put in the chat, I think it was Spencer. Naeem said that he was okay with Skinner, but Pickard worries him.
I mean, watching Pickard's going to worry you, yes.
But he also said that Pickard had sheltered games, and I don't think, well, first of all, yes, because he's the backup goalie on this team.
And that's all he'll ever have to be.
But also, he did play good teams. Like, he played Dallas a few times. I believe he played a game against Vancouver. He had his first game was against Florida.
Personally,
2 playoff games.
Personally, I would not describe games 4 and 5 of a playoff series as sheltered games.
No, those are.
And he was good in the one they lost too.
He was their best player.
Yeah.
Super unlucky to even allow the goal.
Sheltered games he played in the playoffs.
So here are his games. This is how he started. So his first game was November 20th.
Yeah, I'll keep track. Hard and easy.
Okay, I'll read them all. These are games he started. We'll just go games he started. Florida.
Hard.
Actually, you know what? We'll go off the ones that work. So he played 44 minutes against Carolina. 1 goal. New Jersey. Home. Florida. New Jersey again.
I'll give this one a hard.
Anaheim.
Easy.
Detroit. In Detroit. Chicago.
Easy.
Anaheim.
Easy again.
Dallas.
Hard.
Minnesota.
Easy.
Pittsburgh.
I'll say hard because it's Pittsburgh.
Columbus.
Easy.
Pittsburgh again when he had a 41 save shutout.
Hard.
Montreal.
Easy.
I won't count the Toronto one because he only played 15 minutes in the third period. Ottawa.
Easy.
Yeah. Anaheim.
Again. Easy.
Dallas.
Hard.
Calgary on the road.
I'll say hard because it's Calgary on the road.
I would say on the road too. Anaheim Arizona back to back.
1 easy, 1 hard.
And then he played 40 minutes in that last game against Colorado when no one played.
There's not even going to count it.
So what's that?
10-10. And then
there
2 playoff
go.
games. And also, so the thing is, the flip side, like I did describe, there were a couple close ones there that I went easy. The thing you also have to remember is he's playing the second of back-to-backs.
Yeah.
Which inherently makes it a bit of a tougher thing.
It totally does.
Yeah. Who was it? Daryl Sutter. This is what happens in the summer, hey?
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely, it is what happens in the summer. We got a few other things to get to. It's already 12:30 though. We're cruising. Haven't even done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we've not even done our grading yet.
We haven't done player grade yet, today. Do you want to talk about what we did before the show?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, Aaron really wants to talk about it. Oh no, I just turned off my laptop. Okay, we're back. Never mind.
It was adorable.
Yeah, we do. We talk a lot on the show about how, we live our advertising, right?
Yes.
The partners we use on the show, we like to use in real life as well. And we also don't just pretend to be friends on the show either.
No,
We're friends.
we are friends.
We are real friends in real life.
real life. We
Show
hung
them
out
the gift-
yesterday.
Show them the gift I got you.
Tyler got me a bag.
Bag. I didn't tell Liam what was in it.
Anyone want to guess?
Yeah. But
A
Liam,
bag,
oh yeah, there you go. You can pull it out and show it.
brown paper.
Mm-hmm. Cut it up myself.
We should have made him just
Cut
do
it
it
up.
live on the show.
Yeah, we could have done it live on the show, but
Tyler
I
got me some golf balls.
mm-hmm. Little fancy divot
Ooh,
fixer.
and
Snap that open. You could, if someone ever attacks us in the studio, like careful, don't hold it too close to your eye either. No, there's a button. You got to hit a button. It's on like the base. Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's legit. You could stab someone with that.
Look out.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, a bird.
A bird.
I got him.
All right.
I got me a couple of roller colas. And he got me a Crown Royal that says Liam Groomsman. You can't read it. because it
We're
doesn't
friends in
focus.
real life.
We're friends in real life.
We're friends in real life, but you're gonna be one of my groomsmen next
I
time.
will be there.
Which will,
And it says you have to say yes. So I was
yeah, you're
Basically-
kind of pigeonholed there.
Yeah.
That's how Jeff Jackson negotiates his trades as well.
gun to my head.
Yeah, gun to your head. You had no option but to say,
So,
but to say
yeah.
yes to that.
That was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it. I have to be honest.
Liam was like, "Who left this bag here?" I looked at Tyler. I was like, "You're doing this now? Oh my god!"
He's
Yeah, well,
very
it's my
nice.
last day before vacation, so
Yeah.
I had butterflies. I was very nervous to ask you.
What do you think? I was going to say no?
Well, no, you couldn't say no.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, it's cool. It's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, so bachelor party content.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Hopefully not. I don't think we want any of that. Calvin Pickard, Tyler, can we come to the wedding? Tyler Mulick said, I'll wait for my save the day. We will auction off one table at my wedding.
No way.
No, we're not. No, we're not doing that. Amber would probably be okay with it publicly, but would behind the scenes be like, I'm going to kill you. So,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep. 1 year, just over a year.
Yes, just
That's
shy
why
of
you were
a-
also invited to the party.
Oh, I
the
just
engagement
assumed
party.
that was we were friends.
Well, that too.
Which is
I know.
on-
But it's only the
Oh,
groomsmen
which is
and
right
whatever.
around there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the dead on.
Oh,
exactly.
is that just the
What is
only
the date?
groomsmen?
August 2nd.
Only groomsmen and bridesmaids
Yeah.
invites it?
Mm.
Well, the more you know. I did not know that.
But
I thought it was
Andrea can come. She's up.
Yes,
You can bring
yes,
her.
of course. I thought it was just like a big that people come.
No, it's just a very tight
So
group.
it'd just be the 12 of us? and
Yeah,
you get
pretty much. And then
family?
plus ones
Yeah,
and family and
nice.
whatnot. Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Anyways, so
Well, there you have it, folks.
fun times.
Yeah, pretty big day.
Pretty big day. It's also a big day because it's the Zach Hyman golf tournament.
Yes, it is.
I would argue just as big of a day. It's the topic of our Sherwood Ford Giant question for the day, Liam. Tired of dealership hassles? Sherwood Ford in Sherwood Park is all about convenience and upfront pricing with their giant deal program. Get clear, no nonsense pricing on new and used Fords online with all incentives included. Plus, enjoy the ease of mobile service, free pickup and delivery, same day or next day service appointments. That was the first time we've ever had that version of the ad read pop up, and I did it live. Raw dogged it.
Whoa.
So that's why I stumbled a couple of times. Anyway, Sherwood Ford Giant off-season question. Bunch of great pictures. Always good content coming from the Zach Hyman golf tournament. See the boys here. Here's your question, Liam. I don't know if you looked at the prep sheet and saw what it is.
Did.
So are you out of people in the Oilers organization right now?
Oh, in the
Oh,
organization. Okay,
organization.
well, that's fine. That fits my criteria still.
In the Oilers organization right now, who is your dream golf foursome?
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure Wayne Gretzky is still an ambassador for the team.
No, you can't pick him.
Why not?
He's not in the organization.
He
works,
is.
No, he works for TNT. Can't
If
pick
I
him.
go on the website right now and it says his name on a staff list, I'm taking him.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you know what? We'll wait.
Okay. I'm loading. Okay. Well, Keith is on this. I'm halfway there. Maybe he's
It's
got
Keith.
a couple of stories he can tell me. Justin Schwartz
Summer content, baby.
must be on page 2. Oilers front.
Come on, Liam.
Wayne Gretzky, Edmonton Oilers staff. Team staff. There we go. Wayne Gretzky says he's still involved in the Oilers front office from Oilers Nation
When?
1 year ago.
I don't believe that.
He said on Leafs Morning Take. I'll read the quote.
that show is just
You trust
propaganda.
that show?
I have to. It's the only way I'm going to get my Wayne Gretzky on my
Okay,
team.
fine. You can pick Wayne Gretzky.
Okay.
I think it's lame as shit, but
Why is that lame? Okay, I'll pick
No,
the
pick
other
'em,
ones.
pick 'em,
no,
pick 'em,
no,
pick 'em.
no.
pick him.
No, you've made your bed.
You're bickering like
Okay,
groomsmen.
I will go with. I'm definitely not picking Evan Bouchard. I think he'd be incredibly bland.
Okay.
be part of it.
I bet
I
he
feel like
drives it like
Jeff-
crazy.
I bet Jeff Jackson is kind of like a dry humor guy, like
I can see that.
an aggressive humor guy.
Aggressive. Well, that's okay.
So I'll do
Like he
him.
could give you some good jabs about your golf game.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I don't think he would hold back.
Okay.
No filter. Jeff Jackson. I would go Jeff Jackson, Zach Hyman,
Okay. Sure.
Corey Perry.
Okay.
And my other one would be, well, Paul Coffey, I guess, would be a nice one. If I'm not getting Wayne, at least Paul can give me something.
So you're for Paul Coffey, Jeff Jackson,
Hyman,
Hyman,
Perry.
and Perry.
There you go.
That is an interesting crew you've thrown together. There,
I don't want to
Liam.
go for that crew.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the way you picked that, but anyways, okay,
Corey Perry probably knows how to have a good time.
yeah, okay, sure.
Jackson.
Who do I want to go with? I want a player in there, so I'm going Nuge. I want someone with good stories who might not be afraid to tell them.
Okay.
So I want someone from the training staff, and I think the guy who gives off the best vibes. Just looking at and what we see from them from the outside, because you and I aren't in the mix. Brad Harrison, I think, is the guy.
Is he the
Bald one.
okay,
Best way to
that's what
describe
I
it.
was thinking of.
I like. So I got Nuge and I got Brad Harrison.
Okay.
So that's 2. 3. I'm going with the guy who I think likes to have a good time, even if you might not know from looking at him. I want Glenn Gulletson in my foursome, and that's my 3. I'm in the group as well.
Oh, you're gonna play.
I'm going to play with him. Yeah.
I was gonna caddy.
You're just going to hang out.
Mm.
So those are my 4. I kind of touch in every area here, so why not? You got to get Bob Stauffer in that golf game.
I think I'd go Paul Coffey, Mark Stewart.
He looks like a guy.
He looks like he'd be fun on the
Yeah.
course. And
Yeah.
then Nuge. Has to be Nuge.
Paul Coffey, Nuge, Mark Stewart. That's not bad. What else we got? Mulek goes Coffey, Skinner, Hollywood. All right.
Well, Dylan wouldn't wear any shoes.
Yeah, Holloway would be a good one. You know what? If I'm just going to like have the best possible time, I'm probably picking guys more my age in that regard. So in that case, I'm probably going with like,
He was my extra.
yeah, I'd probably
Okay.
go like Holloway. Who are some other guys
He'd
born?
shotgun beers with you.
Yeah,
like,
he
he'd be-
would.
yeah.
He would. He'd get it. Holloway, I would pick Boosh in that one. Then I feel like when the camera's off Boosh, he'd let her buck.
Do you remember, was it last year when
Stu's
like,
a dad now. so-
McLeod, Boosh, somebody else, they were golfing. And
Yeah,
they went on their Instagram.
and then when
they were
Instagram
hammered.
Live,
They
so
were-
drunk.
I bet Tony Barr would be a good one to have.
TB, well, actually, TB said he wants to take us golfing.
Did he really?
Yeah, when I'm back from vacation, we said we'll do it.
Sick.
Me,
I
you,
always
and
wanted
TV?
to go to that.
Jack Michaels.
That one he goes to.
Jack would be great. Yeah, he said he's a member wherever he's a member, and he's like, I'll
Sick.
bring the boys out, which is great.
That would be awesome.
It's nice to have at least one member of the Oilers organization like us,
Yeah.
and that is not a stretch.
Yeah. We gave him his start.
Peard works there now. Peard likes us.
Yeah.
And the other guy we talked to behind the scenes about the Marlins game, he likes us.
Oh, yes.
There's people, actually, that's probably unfair to say. There's people that like us, but aren't allowed to.
Yeah.
Yep, that's accurate.
That's a good way to put it.
Tough one. Tough one.
Anyways, getting this back on the rails. Sadistic Angel, Leon, Hyman, and Skinner. That's a good trio. God, I'm not reading that. Holloway, if Clouder was here, and then Boosh. That would be, yeah, the 3 boys. Naeem said Bob, Gene, Hollywood, and Dry. Stauffer, Gene, and Jack. Holloway's 7 years younger than you, Ty. He's 4 years younger than me. He was born in 01.
5 years younger than me. Oh, boy.
Don't make
Wow,
me
that
feel
makes
old.
You feel
Yeah, that's how they get you. TD Force, Bob, Gene, and Nuge. Remember, you can only pick 3 if you also want to be in the thing.
I don't
so
want to play. So that's
you
why I
just
choose
want to watch.
you.
I'm going for team personality, McDavid, Angry, Nurse, and Bouchard. Like it's Nurse, but he's having a bad day on the course, so he's just pissed the whole time.
Yes.
That'd be a weird one.
You get game 4 Nurse against Dallas.
Yeah, tough. All right, there you go. That's your Short Ford Giant off-season question. Shout out to our friends over at Short Ford the Giant. Lots of fun. Figured it's summer. We can be light with it.
Yeah.
Why not?
I
like
How
that.
much else?
Yeah. Zach Hyman golf tournament. The players the players who are there are all speaking to the media and whatnot too. So look for that. I'm sure we'll have it covered on Oilers Nation. Let's go around the league. Brought to you by our friends at Spring Financial. Unexpected expenses always pop up. car breaks down, your home needs repairs, guess what? You can borrow money for those unexpected expenses right from your phone and receive an e-transfer within hours. Spring Financial offers online personal loans from $500 all the way up to $35,000 with no stress and no branch visits ever. Join thousands of happy Canadian customers and apply in 3 minutes online at springfinancial.ca/ONE. That's springfinancial.ca/ONE. There is one piece of news since the last time we done the show. It's the fact that Braden Schneider has a 2-year deal with the New York Rangers, $2.2 million. He played all 82 games last year. He did not have arbitration rights.
Okay.
So 2 by 2.2 for a guy who played all 82 games this year. On top of that, played in the playoffs, averaged 16 minutes a game. The offense wasn't really there with Schneider, but he's only 22 years old. So I think he's still got some upside. The reason I'm doing all this, 206 NHL games, got him a 2-year by $2.2 million deal. I could see Philip Broberg getting a 2-year by 1.4.
I think that's too high.
You think it's too high?
Yeah, I just don't think the organization needs to do that. I think they can push him.
You think, but my point is, if you were to go like you were to grind him, do the 1 by 1 or 1 by 0.9, then next year, what are you setting up for? What if he pops? What if he's top 4?
We'll just try and do 2 years at like $1 million.
I don't think he takes that then, because I think he says, get me to ARB.
You can say to him, you again have played 12 good games. And those 81 games, you've averaged less than 10 minutes.
And do good for these 2 years. You're a bit closer to unrestricted free agency cash in. Joel says 2 by 1.25. Maybe that's where it comes in at. Little meat in the middle. It's maybe a hair rich for you. I view it as a bargain.
Think back to, I believe Ryan McLeod the first year had arbitration rights. Didn't have arbitration, and the next year he did.
And he went up to 2.1.
But they got him to like 8 something for the year.
Yeah.
These players need to look at it like in the situation of like, I can be in this team. I can try and win the Stanley Cup now, make my money later. Like Broberg and Holloway are going to be good enough to make some money down the road. Try and take the discount now, win with this team, be a part of this group, and see where you go. Who knows? Like, I don't think many of us saw Ryan McLeod getting traded this summer to create some space. Like, he's probably 4th on the list, but he was unlikely. Yeah. Who knows what happens the year after? Maybe Holloway has a great year and he gets Jeff Skinner's money next season. Maybe, I don't know, Broberg, you say, hey, give you 2 years. Ekholm's up in 2 years. Cap's going to go up. We'll have more money then. We'll pay you then if you hit your targets.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, 2 by 1.4, maybe Rich, 1.2 in that range.
I wouldn't go more than 1.5, 1.15.
You'd go 1.2.
I wouldn't.
You'd cave.
I would not.
Not your money.
I'm proving it right now.
I would do it for Holloway too. I'd go 2 by 1.25 for Holloway.
See, I would do Holloway more because he's proven more.
But he's a less valuable piece right now. Top 9
won't be next season.
Top 9 left winger versus top 4 right D, which is where we have him slotted right now.
Yeah, but you don't know Broberg's a top 4 defenseman.
They are going to need him to be.
They need him to be, but you don't know he is.
I know, but if you're making that bet, just make the bet fully. Don't hedge it. Just say, okay, this guy's going to be top 4 for us the next 2 years. Let's lock him in. What do you want on 2 years? If it's 1.2, if it's 1.3, do it because we want the value of the season after. Kind of similar to what they did with Skinner too, between the pipes.
Yeah, totally.
Where it was like, hey, he did it once. You know what? We're kind of married to this guy now, so let's commit. And they gave him 3 years, and now they're getting one of the best value contracts in the league in Stuart Skinner.
So you're saying, let me just go in my head. So you're giving Broberg what?
I would go. I'll meet you in the middle. I'll do 1.25. Holloway, I'll do the same thing, 1.25.
2 years, both of them.
Yeah, so $2.5 million. You're then $2.8 million over the cap, but you can get to that point by sending down Brown, sending down Perry, and sending down Ryan or Stetcher. Actually, that'd be Stetcher.
But does it not also benefit those 2 guys to maybe do 1-year deals as well? Because then they go to ARB next year, and if they have good years,
which is why you have to pay them a little bit more to get that second year. But I'd like to do it.
I don't know. I'd maybe give one of them. I don't know if I'd do both. Actually, that doesn't make any sense. I'd do both.
Do them both. Yep, you do them both. 100%.
Ryan S. We won't miss McLeod.
Yeah, I don't think I will all that much. No. All right.
We'll miss his PK like fighting arm. He was good on the PK.
He was good on the PK. Last thing, remaining free agents. The top 75 on DFO, there are 9 names left. JVR, Daniel Sprong, Barry, Tony DeAngelo, Tyler Johnson, Kevin LeBanc, Mike Hoffman, Oliver Shillington, and Max Pacioretty. None of those players will be Oilers.
How can nobody take a chance on Tyson Barrie?
I think he probably has offers. He might just be trying to feel out where the best fit is in terms of the defenseman available.
32 years old. Obviously didn't work out in Nashville, but he's only a season removed from being one of the he led the league in points by defenseman 4 years ago. I know that was kind of an anomaly and all that, but still,
And you're not gonna
those points are still the same. If you're a team that's like, I don't know, just say Chicago for the sake of it. You need a guy. Your power play was absolutely horrendous last year. I know you want to have Kevin Kuczynski kind of work and stuff, but like, does it also help Kevin Kuczynski to have someone like Barrie around who's like, I've done a power play with McKinnon, McDavid, Matthews.
Yeah,
I can help you run the ropes a little bit here.
I don't know if it's ever a fit again, and I think their right side is kind of full now. But as a 7D in Toronto, I think he'd make sense. Their right side's pretty full. Tanev, Liljegren, McCabe, but I guess they got OEL now. No, never mind. OEL can be their power play guy.
If Eric Gustafson is getting deal after deal,
yeah, why isn't Tyson
Barrie should be getting them?
That's a good point. But anyways, no fits there for the Oilers. Do you agree?
Yeah, there was no one that really stood out to me.
All right.
If they didn't sign
Cool.
Perry, maybe JVR.
Player grades, Liam, they are brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Power Sports and Marine, your one-stop shop for everything you need out on the water this summer. Fishing rods, boat accessories, and on land, motorcycle gear, e-bikes. Find out more at Sherwood Power Sports and Marine. We are doing our player grades from this season. Every player gets a regular season grade, a playoff grade, and a % chance that they are back with the Oilers next season. I know we did this earlier on last year, so I'll change the percentage, okay? Let's do % chance they are with the Oilers come playoff time next year.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Because last year when we did player grades, it was in June.
Yeah.
So we did % chance they're back with the Oilers next season. We kind of know who is and isn't. So we're going to do % chance they're with the Oilers come playoff time next year.
Oh. Okay.
I just changed. I'm doing that on the fly.
I was going to say, I didn't edit that.
I know. And then let's try to predict stat lines for next year as well.
All right.
So we go in order of jersey number. So Evan Bouchard is up first. Regular season grade, I gave him an A. Playoff grade, I gave him an A. Chance of being back for the playoffs next year, I said 99% because I don't see really any world in which they trade Evan Bouchard. That'd be insane. So do you agree, first off, with the A and the A for regular season and playoff?
A+ for both for me. I can forgive the defensive errors when you're putting out numbers like he did. 82 in the regular season. The only Oilers defenseman to do better than that ever. You know his name? Paul Coffey.
Pretty good.
5 times. Playoffs, 32 points. I know he maybe faded away a little bit, if I remember correctly.
That's the only reason I knocked him down is just because towards the end, there was a little bit of a fade in the playoffs. Like he was held pointless in the last 2 games. I know he had that 3-assist game against Florida. That would have been in game 5, 7-6-5. Yeah, 5. But he didn't score a goal in the finals. He only had 1 goal in the Western Conference final and Stanley Cup final combined. Production was unbelievable. It's an A. It is an A. I'm not trying to say take anything away from him. But the moments of poor defensive play still stick out from the regular season as a whole. So that knocks him down. And then the fizzling away a little bit. I don't even want it. Fizzling away sounds too harsh, but a little bit of a fizzle out there at the end. I'll knock him down to an A.
I think obviously the power play kind of going the way it did for the Dallas and Florida series. 1, pretty much prevented the Oilers from winning the Stanley Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, obviously hurt his production. The Draisaitl injury, David banged up a little bit, although he was nuts in the finals too. I just think his season was so historic that it is what it is.
You want to go A+?
I'm going A+ for both.
For both?
Yeah.
To me, that just leaves no room for improvement. And there is still, in my opinion, a little bit of room for improvement. It's small, but it's...
But I'm just... If you get an exam, you get every single question right, they're going to give you an A+. They're not going to be like, 99, because you got a little bit of work to do next time. You got everything right.
I think he got a 94 or whatever it would be.
I'm going to give him 101.
All right, because he
I'm
put
going
it.
A plus.
I just
Because
think
I
it
agree,
was
Tyler was a little
crazy.
bit of a fizzle,
Yep.
but I do think he elevated his play. Start of playoffs, you started seeing him be more physical too, not being like scared of Nathan McKinnon in the regular season. And then I saw a little bit of that, but there was a fizzle.
Last year, he put up 82 points in 81 games, scored 18 goals. My prediction for next year, Liam, I'm going to be very optimistic on our pal Evan Bouchard. I'm going to say he hits 20 goals dead on, and he finishes with 70 assists, and he is a 90-point D-man next year.
I'm exactly the same.
2070?
I think he gets 20 goals, and then, whatever happens after that happens. Yeah, I think 20. I just think, too, like, obviously he has a ton of his points from the power play and everything, but also he's going to be able to be on the ice with better players more consistently now because the team's better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to help him get some points, too, at 5-5.
I agree.
Do you know it was an interesting question on our mailbag if we got a couple minutes?
Yep.
Someone asked what the expectations were for Skinner and Arvidsson.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people are talking about how Skinner could get like 40 goals and all this stuff, but he's not going to play any power play. He'll play second unit power play, maybe here and there.
Yeah.
Power play one.
Like Mulick predicted 48 in our chat.
No chance.
You can't get 48 goals without playing on a power play.
I think he'd be lucky to hit 30.
Me too.
I think if anything close to 25, 30 range is where I'm looking. Anything past 26 is probably.
The only reason I'd be willing to change on it a bit, or the only reason I think he could, and Arvidsson's included in this, only way I can see them hitting over 30 is if one of Hyman or Nuge or anyone on the top power play gets hurt for like 3 months. And like Skinner goes on the top power play unit and scores like 8 goals in 25 games on the power play alone, just because he's their trigger guy.
Yeah.
So that's it.
And he's a great 5-5 scorer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just seems like a stretch. He always got a lot.
Mulick says he's only got 8 power play goals the last 2 seasons. Okay. And he hasn't hit 40 goals in either of those seasons. Right? Like not even, I know he had 35 the 1 year, but still.
Yeah, I don't know. I typed in Stuart Skinner. My typing skills.
Retro, wasn't Steve Stais the assistant GM when we drafted Bourgault? No, not have been.
But Steve Stais did a lot with Bakersfield, I think, when he was here.
Well,
I don't exactly.
I don't
know
think
what
he was
his
here long
role
enough.
was. Yeah.
Mulick says, who was the centerman he was playing with?
Dylan Cousins.
Well, it would have been someone like, again, I know Buffalo wasn't good last year, but this is playoffs only. I'm looking at regular season. I will find you who Jeff Skinner played with the most last year.
48 is crazy number. He's literally never done that in his career.
Yeah, no, he's not scoring. If he scores north of 40, I would be, I just don't even see that as realistic if we're being totally honest.
And then Arvidsson, I think, will just be a middle 6 forward.
Yep. 15
to 20 goals. Good penalty kill guy.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
He killed last year for LA?
Yeah, I believe so.
No. Natural stat trick. Shout out Natural stat trick. McDavid turned Hyman into a 50-goal score. Power play, Mulick. Power play. I know Hyman also did a lot at 5-on-5. Like, I'm not saying he won't be, but the other side of it is there's only so many goals that can go around. There's one puck, right? But just looking at Hyman last year, scored 15 on the power play. So he was at 39 goals at 5v5 guy. And I don't think Jeff Skinner's Zach Hyman either.
No, they're very different.
Very different. Last year, Skinner spent the bulk of his time with Alex Tuck and Tage Thompson. He wasn't playing with fourth liners. He was playing with good players. They're not great, but like, I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid that hard on it. All right. We do need to move towards the end of the show. A couple of housekeeping notes. First off, Millwoods Golf Course. Private club conditions under $100. The greens are always immaculate. Why not book a tee time? Millwoods Golf Course by heading to millwoodsgolfcourse.ca. It's also home of the Oilersnation Open this year, which is coming up. It is only about 6 weeks away. So you're going to want to get your team in. Also, Mosaic team. If you don't know what that is, we've done it a bunch of times in the past. It's $1,000 for a team at the Oilersnation Open. That gets you your food. That gets you the tournament. That gets you your swag bag. Will Huck Beef Jerky's on board for that. A bunch of our other partners as well. The swag bags are always legit. Gets you and your friends into the tournament. We have a ton of giveaways that we do. All that fun stuff. But if you don't have a group of 4 for a full team for $1,000, you can sign up as a Mosaic, which is basically we take different names and singles from around the nation and we throw you into a foursome together. It's great. Sign up as a solo. You pay $250. You say, I want to get put into a group with some other nation citizens. And it's a lot of fun. We've had Mosaic groups that have done it in year 1 that are now coming back for a third year together, which I think is so cool. So it's a great way to meet new people, meet some Oilers fans, come play a fun day of golf. If you and just one other friend, you're a group of 2, sign up. Mosaic team, 2 of you pay. Say, we want to be together, but we need 2 friends. We'll find you 2 friends. It's as simple as that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Might be doing some auction stuff in a little bit as well if you want to potentially golf with me at the Oilersnation Open. So lots going on. Shout out to our friends over at the Millwoods Golf Course. Let's wrap up the show, Liam, with our Betway Other Sports Report, where you can get a free bet up to $200 if your first bet loses. Create a new account, scan the QR code on screen, and redeem your bonus. Place a bet, no minimum amount required, and if that bet loses, you'll get a refund up to $200. This offer only available outside of Ontario. Okay. Giddy up. Other sports report. Blue Jays suck. This is the deadest week on the sports calendar. Home run derby tonight. They made it really confusing. I won't watch.
Is that tonight?
Yeah, it's tonight. I'm not watching it.
Didn't know. No. I do not.
I don't even know if I know Betway does have odds on it. I don't know who the favorite would be. I would imagine it's like honestly, I'll just be dead honest. I don't know if this is a great thing to say now. Sports betting wise, not a lot going on right now. Olympics. We're waiting for the Olympics. Save your bankroll for the Olympics.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
Nice. You might be able to bet through the night with your boys. Yeah, Wimbledon. That's done. Sports are wrapping up.
Liam, I don't know if I ever told you. I am technically Spanish.
Oh.
But I cheered for you the entire time.
Yeah, sorry about what do you call them? The Lions?
The 3 Lions.
The 3 Lions. That sucked. I felt bad for you.
Yeah, that sucked a lot. I cheer for 4 of my sports teams I cheer for made it to finals this year. Not one of them won.
Oilers.
Bolton Wanderers.
Bolton Wanderers didn't win their
Crew,
tournament.
Obviously.
Sherwood Park Crusaders.
England.
In England.
And the Detroit Lions.
Oh, yeah, and the Detroit Lions blew that.
That's
huge
painful.
lead.
That is painful.
Yeah,
Liam.
today was tough.
You guys watch Receiver yet?
No.
No.
Is it good? I might have to dig into that then.
Yeah.
Maybe road trip viewing for me. This is my last show until I'm on vacation. I'm packing a microphone, so if something big happens, I'll hop on.
Yeah, that'll be good.
But I'm trying to
hopefully.
unplug for 10 days.
Yeah, I hope you can. I did for 5, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't, because as soon as I got there, they traded Ryan McLeod.
Oh, yeah.
But other
They'll
than
do
that,
something
that
big
was
while I'm gone, and I'll
fun.
pop on the show. But here's my, for those who care, my road trip. Leaving on Wednesday. Eventually getting out to Invermere Panorama Resort. Going to be a good time. Golfing on the way out there as well, just outside of Canmore.
Nice.
Playing Grey Wolf, playing Copper Point.
Oh, no Silvertip.
No Silvertip.
No.
It's too much on the way through to go up the mountain, and then the
Yeah.
pace is whatever. But anyways, so that's my first half of the trip. And then I'm in Panorama for a few days, driving down to Idaho, right outside Coeur d'Alene. Gonna
Coeur
golf
d'Alene.
just outside Coeur d'Alene. Gonna golf Circling Raven, which is apparently one of the nicer courses in Idaho. And then I'm going up to staying in West Kelowna for a little resort in Fintry. Gonna golf a course out in Kelowna. And then on the way home, I'm gonna golf Golden, and I'll be home next Friday. So I will do 10 days on the road, or 10 days is the trip. 4 days of it is somewhat driving, 6 rounds of golf. Giddy up.
Wow. You've been golfing a ton.
Yeah, I'm up to 15 rounds now. I was dialed in this
I've
weekend.
done 2 outside of our
Think of it, 15.
playoff trips. I think I get my first real round on Thursday because I've just been doing like
Yeah,
Rondell and crap like that.
crap like that.
But
Yeah.
Well, I was there the other day. My girlfriend almost got a hole in 1.
Really?
Rondell's longest hole. So it was very impressive. Literally like a foot and a half away from the hole. It was actually insane, to the point of like you're on the tee box and you're in silence waiting to see if this thing drops. It was crazy. Javier Martinez keeps saying that we should watch the Tour de France in the final week. If you're any cycling fans out there, you can watch on Discovery Plus.
16 rounds already this year.
Oh, what's your best?
My best, I shot a 79 at River Ridge.
Whoa.
And then I went back to, my game's actually in a really good spot right now. I went back to River Ridge on Friday morning, played like a super early, one of the first tee times out. And I needed to go par to finish with a 78 for a career best.
Yeah.
And I went bogey.
You and Amber, every single time you have some free time, it seems like you're golfing.
And both of them.
But I know.
Yeah.
Like I see their
She
Instagram
likes golf
stories
as much
come
as
up.
you do.
Oh, she
As
loves
soon as I
golf.
click one, before I click it, I was like, I know what this is.
Yeah,
I went to the Stampede for the first time and I didn't tell you.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 a.m. Big crowd of people, Ice Cube's done, everything. Some random dude comes up to me and he's like, hey, are you Boardsy? I'm a big Oilers fan.
Oh,
Blah,
hell
blah.
yeah.
He took a photo. He DM'd it to our account. Oof, I looked
Tough look. Yeah, not one you're reposting.
No,
No,
no, no,
yeah.
no, no,
The,
no.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yesterday, Tyler and I played in our co-ed game. Tyler's a goalie.
So
Great
I
game.
played 2
You were
games.
goalie?
I played
Yeah.
2 games this year. I played.
You're long.
Yeah, I'm long. I played striker, scored 2 of our 3 goals, and then I played in net in my second game, and I did okay.
Did great. Made a really good save.
And won with my
I
right
don't
arm.
think
I probably could have. If I was
I
more
don't know.
experienced, I could have stopped the one.
Yeah.
But he picked the corner.
maybe we lost 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah, 1-0.
Oh,
And yeah, that sucked. We should have beat those guys.
We
But
were
they
on them too. We
They
played
were
good.
sponsored by Sherwood Ford.
Yeah, they were sponsored by Sure for the
you
Guy.
scored
believe
2
that.
of the 3 goals.
In the first game I played, yeah.
And yeah, not yesterday.
And then yes, I obviously played in
Are
net.
you just a Swiss
That's
Army knife?
It's just so quick.
I'm just fast. I just run fast. I can't kick. I can't do anything.
You made a play yesterday, and I said to one of the guys on the bench, anyone who knew how to play wouldn't have done what you just did. And it was a good play that you made. So basically, Tyler was in goal. Someone passed him back the ball, and a forward was on him immediately. It
On
was
our own
nuts.
guy kicked it. Aiden, who's probably watching the show.
No.
Oh,
it
wasn't that one? Because
time.
I'm mad at
'Cause
him.
It was him who I was talking to about, I think. And you just passed it right back to the guy who passed it to you. And I think most of the goalies would have just hoofed that thing down the field, and you just put it right back there. And I was like, that was arguably the craziest thing. It was a very small play, but it was just kind of blew my mind.
And then we'll stop talking about this and wrap up the show. The best compliment I got, because I was playing in net. I haven't played in net. I played a little bit last year, but I don't know the rules all that well.
Yeah.
And I was asking Eli something. I was like, what do I do? Like, where do I put the ball? And one of the guys on the other team was like, you're too good to not know the rules. And I was like, I don't know if that's a chirp or a compliment. Gonna take it as a compliment.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
But
you.
the ref yesterday, holy baloney. If you're watching, sir, learn what offside
I
is.
don't think
'Cause
he was
God
watching.
damn it.
Yeah,
it was
Liam gets fired up. Liam's a competitive
Brutal.
guy.
I was yelling at the ref from the
You were.
bench. It was, that was
You yell at the refs?
all the time.
All the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good show, everybody. That's a wrap. Liam takes over Wednesday. I got a couple interviews I'm splicing in, though, to the shows on Fridays for you. So look for those.
The one you did today was awesome.
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday with some, I call them famous Oilers fans, but look forward to that and more. That's a wrap on today's edition of the show. Enjoy your summer Monday, everybody. Oil up.
Thank you for watching Oilers Nation Every Day. Hit the subscribe button to never miss a show. And for more, visit OilersNation.com.